Thank you everyone for coming to the meeting tonight. Sorry that we had to have it on Wednesday, but at this point I would, it looks like there's 2 agenda additions. Am I correct, Ashley?
Yes.
All right, and one is Craig Knapp sitting here, and one is Gloria Menard. So I'd ask for a motion to add
So
those to
moved.
the agenda. Is there a second? All right, second. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? When Cash gets done with his highway report, then we'll take you on, Greg, and then Gloria when get done there. All right, so anyway, long story short, I'd ask for a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of April 22nd.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Is there any concerns? And,
All good.
okay. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Highway.
First off, we have three or four. Well, 2 of them. We have new access permits for driveways. Actually, both of them are on Bump Road. One for Ronald Daly and Joseph Phillips. And looking at them, I suggested the board to approve them as driveway access to off the Bump Road.
Off the Bump Road. Is that, yeah, I saw some work going on. There's like a couple of pads, cement pads in there. Yeah.
Yep.
You need a motion, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve the request.
I'll second.
All right, that's for both of them, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Also, there was Mike, that guy, did he file one? His name's not on here. You have another set there?
Who?
First, there's no pad or anything there yet.
There's nothing there yet.
That's the Joe Phillips one.
That's,
Yes.
For both?
no,
Joe Phillips owns the big U shape, and then Ron Daly's in the middle. Joe is
so it's going
putting in-
through Joe.
It is going through Joe.
Oh,
Okay, cause we met the guy that purchased the land. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, it's still all through Joe. It's
Yep.
his sister and brother-in-law.
okay.
Yep.
So we're all set?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's a motion made, seconded, all in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? This- All right, Cash, go ahead.
Next thing we have, we had Green Up Day. And in years past, every year we get a dumpster from Casellas. And Ashley, did Heidi give you a price on what that cost us?
We haven't gotten that bill. Actually, I did just get a bill today, but I just forwarded it. Let me double check. But go ahead and keep.
Over the years, the dumpster's been over half to 3/4 full. A 40-yard dumpster. And this year here, we could heaped up the little truck and fit it all in the little truck. I hope that trend keeps continuing. Yeah, they didn't see as much garbage on sides of the roads, and Shelley didn't have a
I kinda
whole
split
load.
between 2 towns.
Oh,
Which way is closer?
okay.
Sharing, is that the
I'm
term?
sharing, yeah.
Sharing,
Plus,
good.
you gotta
And
remember,
Coors Light was the flavor of beer this year.
Paul apparently picked up all the trash we picked up down on Creek.
At your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I piled it all up.
But even with that there, it was like, I could put it all in the little truck. Heaped right up. So, maybe I'll table it for right now, but my thing is, for what we have to pay for that dumpster, we got a transfer station. And,
Well, if you guys are willing to
Deposit
do
in
it,
there.
I mean,
well, we do it anyways.
that's true. You pick it up.
We pick it up.
So,
And, you know, and that you take mattresses or you know, through basically mattresses or any furniture, we take right to Hubbard's throughout the year.
Appliances, whatever,
Appliances or
yeah,
something like that, but,
yeah.
other than that, my suggestion is save the money on having that big dumpster down here.
Well, one can.
And also that's attraction for people to bring more stuff off hours. Put it in a dumpster next to that dumpster. So that was just a suggestion, and we can actually just for the future.
Well, if it's a sign that folks are getting more, responsible, I mean, that's a good sign, I think, but, I mean, you still see beer bottles or cans or whatever constantly. I mean, there's somebody that has that, what is it, blue colored, I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll see a can on the side of, going up to my house from here, somewhere it stops,
Yeah.
and every once in a while you see their cardboard carton.
Yeah.
Like the blue shirt.
Yes.
Alright.
So,
Is that it? Well set with that one? Next on the list is the Lafayette guardrail quote review. Ashley, I do have that here.
Yep.
This is, yes. And this here is for the guardrail, replacing the post and the cables down on South Creek Road by the ledges. That's where it got wiped out, apparently, with flooding and whatnot.
yeah,
And that is, they're gonna remove the cable and the wooden posts and anchors and replace it with steel plank beams down through there with 8 new posts, or 8-foot posts, 350 linear feet, $9,115.50.
This is, I've been there once or twice. And sure looks like, I've been down in that location once
Yeah.
or twice, looking that over. and it Definitely,
It needs repair because of the creek right there.
yeah, there's just up through there a couple, 3 days ago, and they're saying,
Wasn't Katie looking into getting that funded by FEMA or something because of that flooding over there?
It was not approved.
We're gonna gets approved from FEMA.
Yep. We do have $9,000 left in that budget for this year. And then 17,000 will start again in
July.
July.
July 1st.
so we're just a few days away from the end of the year. Is there any purpose in trying to see if there's a better quote, or is that probably the best?
As far as I know,
It's the only one in
they're the only
state of
ones in the
Vermont.
state.
Oh, okay.
They also did the one up on North Creek Road too. Those guardrails, didn't they do those?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
at the new culvert.
Culvert, yeah.
Where
And then they did when we had the accident last year on Alphresia Bridge,
Right, and they did
they
the
planked that one.
on the
Oh.
north side.
Those are the same guys that had to redo the one by the little bridge or whatever.
Yep.
Yep, same
Yeah.
guys.
So I'd entertain a motion.
Yeah, I move that we go ahead and get it done.
I'll second.
All right, is there any further discussion?
Speaking of bridges, what's going on with the one by, Walker Mountain by,
We got
We'll
that
have
on there.
that discussion in a minute. All right, there was a motion on the floor, been made, seconded. You've had brief discussion. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Am I supposed to sign this, or is this?
I don't believe so. That was just a bid. We need to figure out exactly when they're gonna do it also.
Okay, well, if I have to sign it, then it's already been approved.
Well, you have a motion that it's approved, so you can
Right.
go ahead and generate an order. for it.
Right.
Right. And we made the motion and it carried, so. Walker Mountain
Next.
Bridge,
Next thing is the Walker Mountain Bridge, known as the Wilder's Bridge. We reached out to Ken Belton. he does construction work on bridges and whatnot. He gave us a quote to fix that wing wall. Actually, it looks like the least expensive way for the town on that is, they call it sheathing, and they drive steel pylons down. It'll be a steel wall like where that cement abutment is now. Take that cement abutment out and then fill it to there with concrete to help support that, so that the asphalt doesn't keep washing out and it's starting to undermine.
So they are gonna put concrete as well, is what you're, am I understanding that, or did I get it wrong?
Grade. They're gonna,
Want me to
yes,
read
they're
this?
gonna, yep, they're gonna cement, yeah, go ahead and read it off then.
We have prepared a quote to temporarily fix the Walker Mountain Bridge wing wall. The northwest wing wall has failed and falling away. Per your request, we will attempt to drive a 15-foot long sheet piling tight against the lower portion of the wing wall. The 15-foot sheets will remain above the finished grade to guard rail height in place of the missing wing wall. The space between the sheets and the paving will be filled with concrete
Okay.
to grade.
Yeah, that
And
makes
the
sense.
existing guardrails will be extended to the bridge on that corner. The cost for this work would be $24,780.
And to add to that, we gotta, because as you all know, the abutments are all rotting off where the cable is throughout the whole bridge. We gotta seriously look at planking that with guardrail, to get us by.
Pretty much like
And
we did on,
I'm hoping to push for that, a replacement of that bridge. We've already talked to the state about it. So. Any
who would put that new temporary, we'll say, planking, if that's what
It
we're
has to be
calling it?
Lafayette.
Okay. All right.
Question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have any sense about how long that would last? And what,
It would-
kind of comparison in terms of.
It'd
Just
keep it
replace
safe
the
for
bridge.
at least 5 years.
Meanwhile, what
And-
we can do is work with the state and some engineers to have people, years ago, Bob, you probably remember this, I talked to you about it anyway. We were considering putting a new bridge in just south of where that bridge is now, leaving that old bridge until the new bridge was established, and then tearing that bridge down. But I can't remember why we ran into some other money issues and we didn't pursue it anymore. So that's when, who was it, Norm put those guardrails in right there.
We're looking at 2 to 3 million for new bridge in.
Yeah.
And we don't have any idea of what the backlog for the state bridge thing is?
You're looking at least 5 years. Engineer studies and
Minimum
all that.
5 years.
Yeah.
And then you're dealing with landowner,
Yeah.
which is Amia.
Yep.
So,
Well, I suspect we're at a point where we gotta get the,
we've already started the ball kind of rolling
yeah, the
already.
fix done.
That's if the state is even willing to do it. Because the town can't
that-
afford $2 million, so.
No, that's where you're going for the structures grant.
Yep.
I think what we'll do is temporarily do what we have to do to keep taxpayers safe. And we'll look into, going forward, look into having the state come down and assess it, and then try and get some money from the state.
On,
On Walker Mountain.
yeah, they won't touch it.
That's right, now they won't. You know, we can,
Well, and just so everybody knows, the state did come out and do an assessment of what it's looking like right now, and they did the suggestion up to what we are looking at doing.
Cash, when you say they won't touch it, you mean for the repair work that you're talking
Repair work,
about,
yeah.
but not
It's all-
replacing the bridge?
Right, that's all town's responsibility in
Yeah.
that part. What they'll do is, once they drive the sheathing in, is they might put some big rock behind it to help support that. The problem is, it's so close to the river right there.
That's why you have to use a big rock, otherwise it's
Mhm.
gonna wash out.
And then, Josh is involved carving out river management.
Did
stuff
that look like somebody hit it and it moved it?
Good chip out, the corner of it.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
It's funny, all of a sudden took off, but where the rebar comes out of the base is all rotted off. It's,
So it's been going a little bit at a time anyway. Alright,
okay, I'm just for discussion on replacement of the truck, the Mack dump truck, either the Western Star or the Mack. I've talked to the salesman, and right now they don't even have a slot until January, if they're lucky. The other thing is they can't get Allison transmission to, if we go with the automatic, to put in a truck, and Volvo's are shut down building trucks because of it. They've been going up in price every quarter, 1 to 1.5%. And November, I got just a price quote to get started, and it was 170,000, and 2 weeks ago, it went up to 173,000 already. Since November, gained $3,000. So, just for discussion night, before we do anything, I'd like to have full board here to
Yep.
make the final decision on what we want to do. That's just cab and chassis. And then to outfit the truck with your wing, dump body and everything else, plow, you're looking just over 100,000.
do you know how much we have in the truck?
Right now, there is just about 150,000. Nope, sorry, that was general bridge. 140,000, and then next year's budget is to add 105, so there'll be like 245.
So that'll be in after July.
Right,
But that still don't get enough to
to build it the way it needs to
build the
be.
whole truck. So, we'll have to brainstorm that one somehow.
Is there a possibility that we could limp them along for another year?
We're gonna be limping them on, cause it's gonna be a year and a half, or 2 years before you get a truck. Because even if we ordered one and got in the slot for January, it probably wouldn't come in until early summer, and then to get it outfitted.
It'll be another few,
Yeah, 2025.
But we don't really have a choice. This is just an update for the board.
Mhm.
And
We're no decisions tonight at all, just an update. That for the residents of the town.
all right, anything else?
I met, actually, Ashley can announce it if you like about the paving.
What?
We got qualified for paving grant for the Creek Road
From the state.
from the state. And there's still more paperwork to be done. Project cannot be started before July 1st. And today, actually met with one of the contractors to get bids, and tomorrow morning meeting with another one, and I called the third one, and he's gonna submit bid too.
Right, so we have to have at least 3 bids.
Yep, and that's for the next meeting.
Yeah, okay,
Just give you an update.
that's good.
Cash, just real quick, from what point to what point?
We're gonna go from Turk Hawkins, where the new culvert went in
Right.
last year,
Yeah.
just south there, there's a break,
Yeah.
to Alphresia Road. That will be reclaimed because the road's so bad shape. And then you have the two surfaces, your base coat and your top coat, and then continue on with just base coat and top coat from Alphresia Road to the town line by Billings' Sugar House. We want to catch that road there before it really goes the heck on us, and that way we won't have to regrind it.
You gonna do anything with the culvert in front of by Norm Bones' place there that always seems to create a pretty nice speed bump?
By his house,
Yeah.
yes. We're gonna try to figure that out. The problem is it's so hot, close to the surface, and it goes down, I don't know how many feet down through back of his barn.
Goes down by the, his little garden
By the
cornfield
garden.
thing there.
Yep. And that's an issue because it's so high, close to the surface.
It pushed up over the years. Part of that did.
Actually drops.
Well, then out in the field maybe.
No, in the road.
Really?
Mhm.
I thought he was saying that it kept over the years pushing up.
There's always been a,
They usually throw in the shore pack or something.
I use, yeah, we've done that. When I was farming over there, I'd go get sure pack myself and
Yeah.
put it on there. Cause I tailgate popped on the manure truck a few times. And not going fast either,
Yeah.
just creeping over it.
So you'll have hopefully some bids for next meeting
For paving, yes,
for approval.
yes,
Good.
yep. Then there's driveways that haven't been, that we replace culverts and stuff that have asphalt in them. And I've been trying to get contractors to pave them. And actually, Tim Rice, he actually came today and looked at them. We have 4 different places that need to be done. 3 for driveways. One's on Moulton Avenue because when we raised that road, it made a pond into the guy's driveway, forcing the water into there. If we can build that up a little bit. And Debbie Grimwitz is over here going up Walker Mountain, raising that road up over the years. It's caused, and then when they plow and stuff and they're hitting vehicles.
That's right, yeah.
The other one is Usher, Mrs. Usher up on
Yep.
top of the corner. That was a culvert replacement. And then the 4th thing is Scenic Drive up on North Shrewsbury Road. That don't have no apron at all. The gravel goes right to the edge of the road. And it also have potholes, and the problem is when you're grading stuff, the grader's out in the road trying to, so looking at putting a 30-foot apron there to eliminate that problem.
Some of these property owners, before we do any work there, you're gonna notify
I've
everybody.
been in contact with
Oh,
them.
okay,
Oh
good.
yeah, they've been in contact with me too.
I can't believe that.
No, not at all.
All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I got a list here. I'm not like George and,
Yeah, he's what, 10, 15 more?
yeah. Kevin's got a big pile of brush down in the cemetery. That's something, don't mind doing it. I don't know how to go about this proper way or whatever, but when we hired the lawnmower services to help pick brush up and stuff, or mow lawns, and there's extra, and Kevin's helping out on his time and stuff to move brush and stuff. How we're busy as a crew, and don't mind a little bit, but it's quite a pile. And Mike saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you lugged it all down there.
Well, they're required for spring and fall cleaning.
Okay.
They're required to do that, and to let me know. This was a tree that came down on top of stones.
Right.
And one of those cedars snapped and it came down, and you know, we've got a guy who's got a prosthetic leg. Doing our mowing, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I went out there in the morning and I
I
spent
w-
the lawn.
I was very impressed with the brush pile. You did that all yourself, just about.
Yeah. did
Oh, my
all this
God.
stuff. Cut it all up and dragged it down so we can get it, you know. I mean, I'll be
Okay.
willing to, you come in, like I said, talk to you, if you
Mhm.
want a one-ton, I'll be willing to help you
Yeah.
load it. But we're
Right.
not gonna put the bucket loader in there because
It's
just
too
gonna
soft.
sit
It'll tear it
there.
up.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. If you can get the
Well, you bring the truck, Mike.
the 1 ton,
Yeah.
good. I don't know
Or
if
if you
that's,
let me drive the truck, I'll take care of
Okay.
it. I mean, really.
No, I mean, we'll take care of, you know,
load the truck, get to the transfer station,
Right.
unload it by hand, go back, load my.
Oh, your pickup?
again.
No, that's not, I mean, we
No.
got the dump truck to do that, the
Right.
small truck,
But that's the
Yeah.
reason why, I mean, it was a tree that came down.
right.
You had to get all there, and I was concerned about the stones that came down on top of them.
Well, I was impressed with the brush pile because you moved it all yourself, like, wow. And lugged it all down through.
Yeah.
Well, I
Are
figured
you
we'd
related to
get a-
Shelley here? 'Cause she's, she's a go-getter too.
Well, it sounds to me, it just,
Volunteered to help Kevin now.
Well, yeah, but you could have a couple Marines down there.
Uh-huh.
See, That's,
Well, it sounds like to me that Kevin and really went out on a limb to get it done.
Yes, he did.
yeah, let's change the subject quick because I can see where this is going.
But next thing is, we're having issues in town, not all over, there's only a couple individuals. We're grading dirt roads and stuff. And then a couple of residences here and there feel that they gotta go out and, with their little tractor and correct the road,
Correct.
the side and stuff.
Oh,
And actually, that person had called me, complimented, what a great job, no problem at all. And next thing you know, when I went up there, I said, let it rain, we'll see how it does. I went up there and see the tracks down through. What the issue is, we use the dust control after we grade. And when you use dust control, and then if you go back and disturb it at all, that's where you end up with dust. And this is you're gonna be ongoing, and I'll tell you right now, we're not gonna waste any more dust control up there because it's just that section that got moved.
Come to your room.
So I'll leave it at that. I don't mind them, you know, if they fix a little bit in front of the driveway or something like that, but all the way down through. The other thing was, got the dumpster set up over the transfer station for food waste. It's an old dumpster that the town owns. It's away from the dumpster itself over on the side by the cardboard. And we're having little issues with it being level and stuff, but I think we got it now. So they can open the door and
Put stuff in.
put stuff in. The other thing is our mower tractor for mowing side the road. We had issues with it. We took it into Windmill Equipment in Rutland this winter. They said they would use it as a winter project, and I've been calling Reggie once a week, and he still hasn't fixed it. So we're kind of on hold on that. I don't know what to do.
does it sound like he's going to, or is he just
I think
shoving it
after
off?
I talked to him Thursday I talked to him last week here,
Yeah,
and I really squeezed him a little bit. And
yeah.
Are we still having any contact with the fella that used to mow the road?
oh, I don't think he's in business anymore.
Would it be worth the effort for at least once until our
Well,
problem
I
is-
mentioned it to Art there when I saw him there, and he suggested maybe find something or somebody to at least do one pass right now in the intersections.
Mhm.
So I could do that. I'll find out more on Reggie this week if he is gonna have his guy get on it.
Okay.
There's a hydraulic problem somewheres and nobody can figure it out. See, we did Whaler's Bridge, driveway permits. The other thing is I've been in contact with the railroad. The crossing over here, Walker Mountain Crossing,
Yeah.
We talked
Is
about
real
that
bad.
when we-
and I talked to him 3 weeks ago, and actually this morning, what's today? Yesterday morning, I called the railroad again to contact, and this afternoon there was a grinder down here clipping brush, so I haven't been up there tonight. I don't know if they mowed it back yet or not. They hadn't. So that's on the agenda to be trimmed back, because it need to be on the tracks to see the train now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're literally
That's-
on the railroad track
Yes.
before you can You clear the
Mhm.
intersection.
Coming from the south end.
And last spring, it happened that way, and I was going across there with a payloader, which the bucket's out front, and you're sitting back here, and you can't hear in that payloader. And I slow down every time when I go across those tracks, and damn train's right there.
You know how many times we contacted them to put lights there? And, they always tell us, well, there's not enough traffic goes through there to justify them. For the cost.
It only takes one person.
Yes, as soon as you
We
get
need a
some.
car counter and see how many cars are going across there.
Exactly.
Are we talking about Vermont Railroad or are we talking
Yes.
about Amtrak?
Vermont Railroad. Amtrak hasn't come down through here yet. Right here, Walker Mountain.
Yeah,
Middle
no, I
road.
know, I know it, I agree with you, we need lights there.
Why don't we contact them, try tomorrow and tell them that, once again, we're requesting lights to be put up there, is it?
I got to contact Mr. Perry too. He's one of
Okay.
the other ones.
Why not reach out to Rutland Regional Planning Commission? Doesn't cost anything to get a car counter. That way you've got some facts and figures when you go to contact them. Say there's
That's
not
good.
enough traffic. There you go. Here's the
Actually,
data.
that's a good idea.
I think they're talking about train traffic.
Yes.
Oh, train traffic or
Oh,
car?
train-
No, car traffic.
Car traffic.
Car traffic?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh, train traffic, half the time,
They go through twice a day.
yeah.
You already have that data on the speed card.
Now,
Is that the,
that's for the, Alphresia Road.
oh, this
We're
is,
talking Walker Mountain Road.
oh, okay, I
Yeah.
got the wrong road, sorry.
And there's,
So then everybody in this room, we just have to make sure we drive on Walker Mountain Road.
Really?
3 times a week.
Yeah.
Go forward, back up. Go for it.
Yeah.
Alright. The last thing on my list is Mr. Knapp.
okay,
Before we get to Mr. Knapp,
Okay.
do you need a motion to have Belden do that bridge work? Nobody's
Yes, we do.
done a
Oh.
motion for
Thank
that.
you, Art.
are you making that motion?
I guess I can make the motion that we have Belden do the bridge work. It's not gonna get done by itself.
All right, is there a second?
Of course.
George seconds it. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you for bringing that up, Art. Must be my memory.
No problem.
Do you have anything else?
I'm all set.
All right,
So, thank you for getting me on the agenda. Speaking of culverts, I wasn't gonna bring this up tonight, but, the culvert under our driveway is in need of cleaning out. It runs down the mountain and, right through the road. It's been bad. But that's not really why I came tonight. So I live at 646 North Shrewsbury Road. Been there for 42 years, and my recollection of North Shrewsbury Road is that for a lot of years it was pretty easy traveling up and down, not a lot of traffic. I think that when Irene came through and destroyed the bridge on Route 7, our road all of a sudden became the main thoroughfare to get where people wanted to go. And since that time, the number of, well, even with the decrease in population in the county, the number of cars on the and so I did my own little time sample today, actually. Over a 5-minute period of time, I counted 42 vehicles coming up and down North Shrewsbury Road. That, according to my math, means about, in 5 minutes, about, well, at least eight vehicles a minute, which is about, 1 every 7 seconds or so. That may not seem like a lot, but the speed limit on that road is 35 miles an hour. There's a sign at the lower end, right after you turn onto North Shrewsbury from Route 7, and there's one coming the other way, 35 mile an hour sign, which is also below the hill. So they're both kind of toward the lower end of the road. The problem isn't even the number of vehicles. The problem is how fast they go. The speed limit of 35. I was out working for 2 days in a row, putting up fence and changing out fence and trying to clear so we could see when we get rid of brush. And people don't do 35 miles an hour, they're doing 55 miles an hour and more, including the construction trucks from multiple construction companies. You know, it needs to be addressed. So I have a couple different, in addition to that, there's 3 different driveways. I mean, you know, you go up the hill, and then as it levels out, the speed increases. There's three hidden driveways there. Mine, Mark's, who lives just to the east of me, and I'm sorry, to the west of me, and then Tammy Pritchard, her driveway is also a hidden drive, especially if you're coming the other way.
Yeah.
So I'm requesting a couple different things. I'm requesting increased police presence if that's possible. I understand that money is an issue always. And I do know that the sheriff comes around once in a while. I think, you know, talking about doing a traffic time sample, obviously early morning and later afternoon are peak times when the traffic is highest. But he's not coming around as much as he used to, at least not on our road. What I'd like to see is, I'd like to see hidden driveway signs coming from both directions. I'd like to, I don't recall if there's, I was gonna check this before I came down tonight. I don't actually recall if there's a speed limit sign to the east of where I live. I don't remember seeing one, but I can't swear to
I
that.
believe there's one by Gene Stone's on his lawn.
I don't think so.
There should be signs within so many feet of each intersection.
Yeah.
And then
I
at
don't recall
Scenic,
seeing a sign by Gene's house.
Yeah, I think
I'll have to look.
we'd have to check that out.
Yep.
And that's my name's Mark Truhan. I live next to Mr. Knapp, and I just want to substantiate what he's saying. I was out there today, and the traffic was unreal. But it's the stretch that comes from the East Shrewsbury Road, the East Clarendon Road, and then turns onto the North Shrewsbury Road going west.
Yeah.
It's going downhill. It seems like they take joy in taking that turn as
Around
fast
that
as
corner.
they can, and then they accelerate to go down to bounce over the railroad tracks.
Yeah, and I understand that, you know, it's multiple zoning there, residential and I think light industrial, I believe. But I'm wondering about lowering the speed limit to 30. So the request is additional signage to make it clear, which in and of itself isn't probably gonna accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Really hidden driveway signs, which I should have asked for a couple years ago, and increased police presence, and if possible, reducing the speed limit to 30. Because at least then, if they're speeding, instead of doing 30, maybe they'll do 35.
The issue is the speeding. I come off with a dump truck today off East Clarendon Road with a load on,
Yeah.
onto North Shrewsbury Road. Stopped at that, and all clear, got truck going, got in the lane, car come around that corner. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I've been there 8 years. I cannot recall the number of times
Yeah.
when I pull out of my lower driveway, lower half of the driveway heading to the west.
Are you in the big white house?
Yeah, I'm a big white house.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got an upper driveway, which is
Yep.
right next to the Greg's, and it's the lower
Right.
driveway. It's the lower driveway. They cannot really see me
Right.
from the top of the hill. The number of times I've had to jam on my brakes, and I'm stopping, in a lane, that a travel lane, to let some fool, that I know is not gonna stop to shoot by. And there have been cars that have gone off the road, and I think they're distracted for whatever reason, but they, pile up in the ditch near in front of the Mormons. Pray for them, but,
I did notice that since
pardon?
the big traffic jams,
At U-Haul.
yeah, well, they're now going up that way and then headed into Rutland that way, and that's, increase that traffic.
And when it goes from 4 lanes to 2 lanes,
Yeah.
that's just gonna increase.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it sure is.
There is a church there, as Mark mentioned, as probably everybody knows. There's also people that walk up that. There's a woman who lives down below who walks her dog on that road, and
Vicky and Trixie.
yeah. So it's I know it's not the only area where there's problematic.
Jan can speak to that.
Yeah.
Join the club.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in speed bumps, but there you go.
Well, speed bumps probably would do more than changing the speed limit signs, because I think there's some folks that if you had it 5 miles an hour, go 50 just because the road or their car or whatever they think they can.
Are you saying feeling is different than seeing a
Something
sign?
like that, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I
right
mean,
now,
I
there's
know
not
on
a
the
reason
Quarterline
why-
Road where a lot of us are, there's some folks that scare the heck out of me.
Well, there's not a lot of recourse, we can yell at them and they flip us off. All you got up there is a couple of old men, a slingshot and a bag of marbles. Now,
Pretty
that
much.
can slow 'em down.
Pretty much.
But they're gonna ignore a whole lot of stuff, so the signage.
Yeah.
Something's
Not gonna
gotta flash.
condone that.
Something's gotta say, you're gonna rip the bottom of your car out if you keep going.
And that's the issue with the presence of the sheriffs. We got 52.5 miles of road.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
to
no,
be,
I know.
that's
There's a lot.
pretty well
Well,
set out.
I mean, I wanted to bring up the speed cart and wondering if it is gonna be available for us to use this year. Because, I mean, I, again, like to see it on Bump Road or
Right.
even down by my way, but that might be a deterrent on your area too, maybe.
Can
Some
we,
people, when they
that-
see their,
let's contact the sheriff's
I have.
department.
She already has.
Yep, I have, and it is being used in other towns at the moment, but they
Good
do
God.
plan on bringing it back to our area.
Can we make that a priority?
Yeah.
'Cause, I was up there a few times myself, and can't believe how fast the people
The other
are
day-
driving. Then if you're slow and trying to obey the laws, they get right on your tail end.
Yeah.
And,
The state police have been up there a few times. I talked to them because I had a concern about that and about the druggies that were using the back lot of the Mormon church and up by the old cemetery to dump their needles and crap.
You have to have some,
Only about once a month you'll see a state trooper.
oh, later.
Well, they're stretched also.
Oh, they're all, yeah.
My wife called the state police once. Took them 45 minutes to
And
show
they're
up.
stretched too.
Bob, you have something?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, agree with these folks. It's not just North Shrewsbury Road or East Clarendon Road or Critical. It's every one of them. I live on Moulton Avenue.
Yeah.
And some of them will go by that house, and I'll guarantee you they're doing 60 to 65 when they go by there. And there's kids that walk to school
Yeah.
and so on. There's people that walk. Well, people that work right here in this office use that road some for walking. And the time is coming. There's going to be an accident. Somebody's going to get hurt. How serious?
Killed in the
I
summer.
don't know. But, and the signs don't seem to work, because I know I've seen the signs out there, people just ignore them. I think the only way to hit them is the sheriff's department and catch them in the pocketbook, and I'm not sure if that would do it.
Well, the other day I started snapping pictures. And being very obvious about it, hoping that might slow somebody down, but it didn't seem to do any good.
What was it on Facebook? I saw a guy out there and he used a hairdryer.
Oh, yeah.
or maybe just get a bunch of old cars and paint them like state troopers and like,
Park
you know,
'em, move 'em
park
around
them,
once in a while.
right?
So I have seen a lot of towns have the speed limit signs with the, where it
Oh, the
takes
electronic.
your speed.
Yeah.
Also, I think I'll reach out to some other towns to see where they're getting those from.
And what they cost.
And, yeah,
They're about
Well, I was
$3,000
gonna
a
ask a
piece.
few minutes ago.
is that the solar ones?
Yeah,
solar
they're
panels.
about $3,000, $4,000 a piece.
I mean, I think it just grabs people's attention
Right.
enough that it would,
We talked about that last year. I know we did.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did. For like the high school
Make
stuff.
kids say, geez, let's see how fast I can go.
right.
That's true. Put a
Challenge.
sign up there on Canacama.
Well, I mean, that flashing light is much more than just a flat sign
Yeah.
in terms of calling people's attention to, gee, I am driving fast. It may not do any good, but at least it's better than what we got now.
Well, it puts them on notice. I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody who's driven through Proctor, at
Yep.
any time,
At 25 miles an hour.
you know, or whatever, there were Bridgewater in the old days when they were down to 25.
Yeah.
Traffic slowed down
Right.
because they knew generally there was going to be someone sitting there along the way. And I can drive back and forth through Proctor any time of the day, any time of the week. I'll never see a sheriff,
Not anymore.
but the traffic is slow. The traffic is slowed down. And I don't know what Proctor did to get people to pay attention to their signs, but, I mean, we know Bridgewater,
Yeah, that
we
one.
posted a sheriff out there all the time.
Yeah.
But Proctor was able to, get people to pay attention to those signs. Now, the sheriff's been sitting down the off-Reach Road quite a bit. And, I appreciate them. Last night, I had the car pass on another car in front of my house. I thought the first car was going too fast. And then this guy came out of nowhere, went right by him. I'm going, wow. But the issue is, I don't know if maybe we can start directing the sheriffs. They work, contract is our contract with the sheriff. We can start directing the sheriff, say, okay, listen,
Yeah, we
we
can.
want 15 hours this week on North Shrewsbury Road. And we want results. We don't want you sitting there giving warnings or anything. We want monetary impact. You're not coming into our coffers, but and then maybe, next week we can start directing the sheriffs where we want them. Instead of them choosing, patrol this area, patrol that area. And I want the patrols, but I'd rather have safe roads. I don't know who mentioned about, I'm one of the people that walk Creek Road, Alpharetta Road, Moulton Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Bob mentioned it. From my house, I continually tell my wife, gets livid. I tell her, you gotta be responsible for your own safety. You gotta pay attention, be responsible for your own safety. Most cars, they go by fast, a lot of them will not kind of pull over, give you the room. Anybody who rides a bike in Vermont's probably experienced that. But the issue is, why don't we start directing, as a board, this is where we want coverage for a period of time, starting, next week. And maybe 10 hours of your, or 30-hour allotment, right there.
May
Let's
I make
get
a
a-
caveat to that? Because when the sheriff shows up, they park in the Mormons' entryway, which is very visible from when a speeder comes over the top of the hill. They can park in my upper driveway if they want. It's only a few hundred yards, right next to the graves. And they can pop the critters as they come by.
Let's get,
The law says that they have to be visible for
Why?
500 feet. When
Well, okay,
when
it's
they're running
500 feet.
radar and doing that stuff, they have to be visible for 500 feet.
Okay, it's
If they're not
499
visible and they give you a
degrees.
ticket, you can go to court and fight it and show that they weren't visible in 500 feet. The court's gonna throw it right out the door every time.
It sort of defeats the purpose when they can be readily seen.
I don't write the laws, I can just tell you what the laws are.
500 feet, the radar should have them
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Who's the late liaison for this board to
Me.
affairs?
Good mission, George.
Yeah, George.
Well, I was just listening, and yes, and the question is, how do we, I don't mind working on something like that, but we have to be, so that we don't have anybody saying, hey, you give him more time than I got and all that nonsense, so,
You can tell them to come to the board meeting.
yeah.
that's what I was just gonna ask,
Yeah.
get in touch with the, sheriff's department and tell them when our next meeting is. We are requesting, that they come to that
Deputy down
meeting. And we'll post it, and then if you folks wanna come back
Yeah,
to a meeting, yes, Jan.
I agree with what you're saying, because when you look at their log, because I've read it for like months and months and
I was
months,
referring to you.
and they're all over the place. They're not anywhere in particular. So you can't possibly patrol speeders if you're just driving around.
Right.
Whereas if they sat somewhere for, a couple of hours or maybe just
So
an
what
hour.
we need to do is schedule them and say, okay,
This
6
is-
hours,
We don't
North
need
Shrewsbury
the whole-
Road
we
or
don't need
Cobble
Black
Road.
Range, but we want 6 hours this week on North Shrewsbury Road, or 6 hours over
Wherever.
2 weeks. Over on, wherever.
But we can
And
continue
set your
this,
warrant-
we can continue this conversation tonight until midnight.
Yeah.
But until we have
Them here.
right here and neighbors who are thoroughly concerned with
Well,
this,
Mike, we had it here 3 times last year.
yeah.
Here when I was-
And they charged the town
Yep,
all of their 30-hour allotment to be here. And
That's
one
right.
night
The
we
three of
had,
them.
we
Yep.
had 3 of them,
Right.
that's right.
and all
we
their
got billed
time
for it.
came all of their,
Alright.
came all of the contract.
I'd make phone call, say you're getting a schedule, we want you so many hours on this road, that road, and give them the
And we
schedule.
want the bells and whistles, if it's 35, we want the bells and whistles set at 42.
Yep.
Light goes off at 43 miles an hour, 42. And
I wish we could go back to how it used to be with our own people in charge when Rick Wilbur was constable here in town.
Well, the issue there is, the equipment and all
Yes,
that.
yes.
Right.
Insurance and licensing and, I mean, we could, but it's just gonna be another expense for
Well-
our town.
Wallingford set preference, Nelson Tiff. I mean,
Yeah.
he just,
oh,
You could ask Howard Dean.
yeah, no kidding.
how many years he
Yeah.
stood there with plaque next to the governor, writing we're taking. I mean, the Alpharetta Road, I appreciate them on the Alpharetta Road, but the Alpharetta Road's a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. If they're gonna give them 5 to 8 miles an hour above it, you're traveling almost 45 to 50 miles an hour. You're not traveling much fast,
Right.
and you go by it. I mean, that's them. I mean, that's the traffic. If, I don't know what the, leeway they allow. So I don't mind them on the Creek Road, I don't mind them on the Alpharetta Road, but there's other roads they can be at where, and it doesn't seem to be a whole lot of issues in the town going on right now where we need a patrolling police presence. I like that too, but we've only got 30 hours, let's try to,
Slow traffic down. But even though they might write off their time here, visiting the meeting, I want them to personally hear the concerns of taxpayers in the town. So get your ass down here.
we don't need 3 of them.
Yeah, we
Bring
only
the
need
sheriff.
one.
Bring the sheriff.
We have one main patrol person
I forget
in
his
town,
name. And there-
Justin,
Who?
Justin
Justin.
Cram.
There's one that, his name's up on it a lot, yeah.
I don't see any reason to bring him here, cause we're just gonna tell him that there's speeders on the street and then
That's why I said, call
he
him up,
already
say you're getting the
knows, he's gonna
schedule.
know that. I mean, whether we're looking at him in the face or we talk to him on the phone, what difference does it
The
make?
other conversation is more appropriate with all the select board members present, telling them, we are gonna tell you where we want you to sit. That's,
That's what we can do with the schedule over the phone.
I don't think
Talk
we
to-
could. I
And
don't
then
think,
you just have to look at their log every week to see if they did what you told them to do.
On the other roads, I've noticed like North Shrewsbury and Culver Road, especially North Shrewsbury, but the dirt roads. I mean, you take Quarterline,
Yeah.
Bump Road, and they're 20, and what happened was yesterday, day before, yesterday, I was up there with a little truck, and just for whatever, when I come off East Clarendon Road, down on the Bump Road, just started on there, and I just let off on the truck. Next thing you know, I was doing 35 and going faster,
Oh,
automatically. That was just a test run. And I could see how people can do that. And then it's all downhill to Route 7, because I imagine,
Yeah.
I kept it 25 the rest of the way, but just to see the coasting,
East
Oh,
Timoth-
yeah. Speed.
East Timoth Road is the main thoroughfare,
that's another one
plus a
too.
Walker Mountain, and then, Quarterline Road, that's,
Yeah.
I will tell you, since I started mowing, this new, state trooper that's across from Mill River High School
yeah.
with the pickup, I've seen him 5 times on the Quarterline Road in the last 3-4 weeks.
Really?
and most of the time he's headed north, so he's come from this way up over Walker Mountain and then headed back north, you know. But, so he is driving the Quarterline road, you know, like I say, I can be out in my,
He does that to get up to the barracks.
well, probably.
Get around Newhall.
Going around the city and going out through, like say, through Pierpoint Avenue and that stuff and everything else. But he is traveling it up there anyway, and like you say, he's on night shift, so usually I see him at between the 2:30 to 3 o'clock range if I'm out mowing on that front piece of lawn out there.
Okay, the summary on this? We
Well, we're
call
gonna
up,
make a phone call.
have a phone call, sit down with a schedule,
Yep.
and that's my suggestion.
And then,
And stay for presidents in that vicinity of that, even though if they stay on North Shrewsbury Road, move up or down or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to see the,
I mean, as soon as they pick somebody up, they're down the road anyway, so pull off right there or somewhere.
right.
see, I prefer having them at a meeting, one, not three. There's no reason to have three. Because then the public can weigh in. But if it's a case of where, okay, I'll be down to the town hall at, 10 o'clock in the morning, can you meet us down there? What's gonna happen is, you're gonna have one or two select board members maybe be able to be available to do that. So I think that it's worth the dime.
Oh. Well, I think the town could afford shades. Thanks, Kevin. Still one.
One that works.
Did you have a comment, Art?
I think if this, if this board gets a little more involved and, keeps after them, I don't see a reason for them to come here. Especially, it's gonna be 2 weeks before our next meeting, so for 2 weeks, we're gonna do nothing? Make a phone call.
And I did already email him to tell him that, we've requested them to be up on North Shrewsbury Road.
Yeah, and I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, let's see where that goes.
And we got school coming out, graduation and stuff, and
Yeah.
Be celebrating. Yeah, again, I mean, I don't want to prolong things because I know you've got other stuff to do. But I just want to reiterate that the police presence would be greatly appreciated. I don't think it's by itself the total answer. I actually really like the idea of the flashing speed
Yeah.
signs. Because they seem to have much more impact than simply a sign that says 35. Most people don't even see that sign.
People don't read signs. Ask the people that try to drive 108 up in Stowe and get the tractor trailer stuck.
Yeah.
and drive through that thing here.
English either.
Yeah, they still get stuck.
They still get stuck.
But the hidden driveway signs are important.
Do we have any down back?
Pardon me?
Do we have any of those signs down back?
Which ones?
Hidden driveway?
No, we have to order them. And I actually looked at your situation, and to me, it doesn't deem hidden driveway, but the problem is the speed of them coming around that corner.
My lower
And-
driveway could use a hidden driveway because it can't be
From,
seen.
see, and I'll have to look at that, yep.
Yeah.
And I
Take a
know,
look
I
at
know
it,
it, because
please.
you're still coming up that incline and it levels off.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you lived there, because I thought
I've been
That-
there 8 years.
Mike,
Mike Crawford.
oh, I thought.
Christine,
I thought,
whatever his
yeah, I thought he still
wife
lived there.
All right.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
check it out.
Come up the hill and I think you might
Yep,
change your
okay.
mind about whether or not
Yep.
Warrants a sign.
Okay.
Cash, are we still looking at June 28th for the Kingsley Bridge opening? That's what I had on my calendar.
He said by the end of June it should be wrapped up, but
Okay.
that's just how, depends on weather,
I
everything.
have it on my calendar.
Yeah,
Counting the days down.
I do.
But
I have it right
and
here.
I forgot to take down that sign that said opening February 28 on this end, but
I stopped up there again yesterday, and,
It's looking good.
yeah, and they, showed us, Cash went up there and they showed us where they were putting the signs, not attached to the bridge, but prior to each entrance,
Yeah.
prior to, that discussion. He broke that map out, and we have a copy of it down here, so if anybody wants a copy, you can see where all the signs are gonna go. Right now, they're up there digging out on the south side, digging out the approach, because they wanna repack that, and so that they can,
Yep,
blacktop it.
Yep.
So.
yeah, we were down there the other day.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, and you can see where they ditched, put the stone in the ditch. Have you seen that now?
Yeah,
And
that's-
they,
Jerome's seen it too.
yeah,
looks good.
so,
Maybe
all right. Approval of the select board warrants. Take care of that. You have guests, no guests.
We still have Gloria for.
Oh, well, I was gonna bring that up when we talk about the Vermont statute green books. You wanna speak to that right now?
Oh, sure.
Go ahead.
The statute books that we have in there in the bookcase, they replace 3 or 4 of them every year and update a bunch of others. And now they're gonna start charging the town. This year's gonna be 4 books and some updates for $400.
Reach in your
But
pocket.
we can get them online, and if we have a certain issue, we usually ask VLCT or Secretary of State.
I missed that last part.
If we have a certain issue, I'll ask either Secretary of State or VLCT
Yeah.
for the statute, instead of trying to look through the books,
Yeah,
so,
And updated statutes are available online.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're a lot easier to navigate.
Copy.
Then the
And it seems like
Yes, oh, yeah.
there's a list that comes out of just what was looked at or has been changed, just a flat list. Maybe it's Vermont League, I can't remember, but I've seen it. You know,
I
just,
just wanted to get your opinion on if we should go ahead with the $400. My
Well-
opinion is no,
no,
I don't think it's worth it.
well, obviously with the internet and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing, you know, it's not like when the days when you depended on the book
Yeah.
being on the
We had
shelf.
to have 'em, yeah.
We just updated the server and stuff, that's part of it, right?
That's it, exactly.
Well, $3,000.
I can't remember the
update
last
to the
time I
server.
actually looked through the books.
Do you need any kind of a motion on that, or we just do it?
let's make a motion so,
All right. So I'll move that we follow our town clerk's suggestion and, not purchase any more updates from the state, legislature.
there's a second for discussion.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? You agree with that, right? I didn't hear you say aye.
Yep.
Okay. And, the warrants are right here if anybody wants to look at them. They're all signed. Any other public comments? Yes, Bob?
Yeah, just two quick little things. Number one, I want to say that I think Cash and his crew done a nice job on Windy Lane. That looked good. Very good.
Thank you.
The other thing, at being Memorial Day weekend, I believe the board should observe a moment of silence in honor of our veterans.
All right, then,
That's all I got.
at a request from Bob, I would ask for a moment of silence to recognize our fallen veterans. Thank you, Bob, for bringing that up. Anything else, Bob?
No, that's it.
Okay, old business? All right, new business, firework permit for Butler. I have it here, it just needs the select board's, chair signing it. It's a permit is issued for 6/30/24 for 1 hour or less. And this individual is located on 256,
Quarterline.
right, Quarterline Road.
Only if I can see it from my house.
Well, you gotta have.
You
a
might be able to see it from
telescope
down here.
with a curve.
All right, I entertain a motion to go ahead and sign this permit.
Make a motion, so we'll.
Second,
All those in favor of the motion?
I,
aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
The days of permit for, Mike?
6/30/24 for 1 hour or less. Okay.
wonder what they're celebrating.
Yeah, well, it's
Just before the
There's-
4th of July.
The weekend before the 4th.
It's a graduation party.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably somebody graduating. All right, propane proposal. Let's see. It's fixed price, $1.999 per gallon, times 2,000 gallons. Total price is $3,998.
So, what is, did we get 3 bids? Ashley, can you explain the price per gallon per
Yes.
company?
So we currently use Hop Energy for propane. I'm not sure what it was last year, however, this year they're at 1.999 a gallon
All right.
and at a fixed rate for 2,000 gallons. Irving, with swapping out the tanks, is 1.599 a gallon. And then Suburban is 1.625. So, and those both include swapping out tanks. That's for here and the transfer station.
Is there a charge for the swapping, or is that,
That's included.
okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Urban is $1.59.
Yeah, Irving total is $3,198, where Hop is $3,998. So.
You're looking at 40-cent difference between Hop and Urban.
Yep.
And that's a $800 difference?
What do you have, be $800? Okay.
Well, propane is propane unless there is a difference in the amount, the quality of service. It seems to me that price ought to be the key here.
The cheapest one is,
I believe last year we were really close, within cents, and so we stayed with
Stayed with who we
Hop.
had, yeah.
Energy, which is Keyser.
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we go with Urban.
I'll second.
For the $1.59.
right, and that'd be a total of $31.98. So the motion made, second, and any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, please say aye. Anyone opposed? Okay.
Reminds me, I ought to take a look at the cost.
I use Irving.
Well, you never know, it sneaks up on you sometimes.
All right, mowing at the transfer station.
What, are we cutting hay over there or something?
No, I think Harry's who always mowed it over there. He's not mowing it anymore? No.
Gary's all volunteered his time and gas and everything, and
And we just found this out last Thursday.
Yeah.
96 years old, and God bless him.
He's 100, right?
What's he thinking?
97.
97?
Well, he'd tell one person 96, one person 97.
97 in January.
He was?
I know his birthday, it's in the computer.
Yeah.
I told him yesterday he probably needed the exercise, but he didn't agree with me.
97, so he's got me by 20 years. Oh, Christ.
So that being said, we need to figure out about mowing the,
I would check with the guys that are doing the ball fields over there. I mean, they're right
So
there.
they're sending me a bid tomorrow
Okay.
for that. We did get a bid from somebody else already. So we're just waiting on one more, I guess, and then we can
All
compare
right,
that.
so why don't we just wait till we get something from them. If there's an emergency where it needs to be cut sooner, then we can contact
We'll
one of
send the
those.
road crew down there.
The road crew, right?
I was gonna say,
Hi,
I
Cash.
want to think about doing that. I think it's getting pretty,
It's up. Harry did mow the center
Okay.
on the entrance.
Yeah.
I mean, it was up like that.
Well, you could bail it.
Well, if we had a board member that had livestock or something that needed some food, I mean, seems to me that.
Got the bowl.
I'll bring coconut over.
Oh, I can see that now. Oh, God.
So we're gonna table this for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we might have a quick emergency meeting just to figure stuff. I hate to say
Well,
that, but
It seems to
or
me
can
that
we
we
talk
could,
amongst ourselves or?
We could decide that if the price that
Yeah.
comes in is less than the price that we have, we'll go with whoever's cheapest.
yeah, I think that's a reasonable.
Then we don't need to have a meeting.
Okay.
We can make a motion.
Sounds
Go
good.
with whatever's cheaper.
okay.
All right, so make that motion then.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, any
Yep.
further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
I think it's stuff.
Anyone opposed?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Like I said, it's not football season, don't worry about it. You,
Yeah, and the Bruins are out, so I don't care.
yeah. Do you have anything, Ashley, that you wanna,
I do not. No.
okay, Gloria,
No, that was it. Thank you.
Kevin?
All set. Well, we sent out 119 letters of reevaluation last week. We've only had one person contact us. Just wondering how we got from point A to point B in the process. Our grievance day is set for July 5th, which is next Wednesday, from 4 to 6, and Bob and I will be here. Everyone,
I got one of your letters. It was very nice,
that's right.
but I didn't see any kind of a, coupon of any kind.
Wait a minute, I didn't realize you were giving out
It's
coupons.
just a lot of coupon.
No comment. All right, Cass, you have any concerns?
I'm all set, and I'm really concerned about the speed of traffic, that's all.
Okay.
Especially graduation coming up.
Well, there's some interesting news at Quarterline Road I thought I'd bring up, and as you folks are aware, we've had some visitors from Quarterline residents from time to time in our board meetings.
Rumor has it.
And these residents have decided to start a little, informal, you'd say, neighborhood watch. And there's been some interesting events that have been going on, and I'll let Shelley say whatever she would like to.
It's on the Rutland town end, but one of the homeowners down there is not extremely healthy, and noticed a lot of extra cars there starting probably in February, and now there's tents out back. So there's at least 3 tents with people in them. People have been spotted. There was somebody the other night at like 10:15 staggering down the road. So there's definitely some drug stuff. Rutland Town Police are aware of it. So the suggestion is make sure you post your property. That way the cops can do something. Because if the property's not posted, they can't do anything. One of the homeowners down that lives on the south side, on the ring camera, noticed somebody getting into their pickup truck in their driveway. They locked the person inside. Person couldn't figure out how to get out. Called the cops. Cops showed up and they took her away, but they can't file charges because the property wasn't posted at the time. It's now posted. So there's definitely some activity down at that end of the road, so everybody's kind of on high alert, and, yeah.
Just for the board's information, there's a new trespass law
Oh, yeah.
that's going into effect July 1st. So things like entering into somebody's car is now a trespassable event.
Right.
It's automatic, no posting required, things of that nature. So, and the signage, which is a good question, we have to ask the town clerk, where is she?
Just behind us.
Yes.
Registration of signage now for trespass, that's something you take care of here?
It's $5.
Okay,
for
now
a
the
year.
question is it mandatory?
No.
Okay. Because the new trespass law doesn't mention anything about it. Wasn't that for hunting and fishing signs?
Yeah, it's posted.
Posting signs.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So the new trespass law only requires signage that is, appropriate.
like, don't enter, no trespassing, that kind of thing. Doesn't have to be any specific language.
Well, that's good.
Protected by
And-
Smith and Wilson.
Yeah.
If you go-
Remington.
Yeah, right. If
Mine's
you-
a Colt 44.
If you-
the slingshot marbles you were talking
Yeah.
about. Well, yeah, that's a little more,
If
you
you're
can
gonna,
hide in the bushes with one of those.
if you're gonna post, if you're gonna put no trespassing signs, it indicates that they have to be at reasonable intervals on your property line. Whatever the heck that means, it didn't define reasonable intervals. However, once those are on, then anybody who shows up is without permission, is
Yep.
in violation of the trespassing.
Do they have to be so many feet apart or something like that? or-
That doesn't say, it says reasonable intervals.
Yeah.
Okay? So it doesn't say, I mean, I'm not sure what to do with the posting signs, how, they would, the posting signs have a.
Yeah, there was something, isn't there, on posting?
75 feet, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, that sounds reasonable to me.
yeah.
Okay. And I assume a posting sign will work just as well, as long as it says no trespassing, no hunting, no fishing, no trapping kind of, thing. As long as there's no trespassing on there. So now, if you're in the property, you're in violation, because you're there without permission.
Yep.
Simple as that. Which means the police now can haul the person off. Fines are minimal, but that's it,
That's good.
much as I know about it.
Thanks for the information. I have no concerns. Art, do you have any concerns?
Nope.
I would entertain a motion.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, why not?
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Meeting is ended. Thank you all for coming up.